Hello and welcome. So I wanted to make a quick update video about what's going on my YouTube channel, Twitch channel, everything like that, and just generally a hello, what's up. Now, some of you might have noticed the fact that I haven't actually published a video on YouTube now for nearly a month, and I wanted to explain the why, basically, in case any of you care. Anyway, so what it is that I found a new job, and I started that new job on Monday, which is great. But while I've been exiting this current job, I've been really just stressed and depressed. Like, if people know the situation I was in, I wasn't treated very well in my current job, or soon-to-be ex-job. So I needed time to just find myself and so on. Now, I also have a backlog of 160 videos to publish on my YouTube channel, and because I've let it get completely out of hand, I've not been motivated to do it. It is a lot of videos to publish. Every single video will need thumbnails, descriptions, tags, and so on. The good news is, though, is that they're all uploaded, so I don't have to go back and upload 160 videos because that'll take forever. But I just haven't had the time to publish them yet. And also, as well, I have been just kind of concentrating on just having fun. That's the main thing about this. It's like, it has to be fun. It's not a job, it's a hobby. So while I'm just wasn't in the mood to publish videos or whatever, I wasn't doing it. Simple as that. Now, I have no intention of quitting. And in terms of games as well, I've been playing some really good games lately. So we played Uncharted Lost Legacy. I started on Destiny 2. I still need to play a bit more, but I will be getting back to Destiny 2 at some point. And I'm still playing Final Fantasy as well. In fact, I've got so many classes to level 70 now. I am actually pushing to be all 70 before the end of the year, basically. And you might be wondering why. It's like there's probably more than a year until the next expansion. It's just I want to get out of the way because we have so many games coming out in the next year or two that I really, really want to play. Like, I want to play God of War, Last of Us Part 2, Kingdom Hearts 3, Ni no Kuni 2, just to name a few. And I don't want to be spending time grinding in Final Fantasy. It's like, I love Final Fantasy. I've put more than 7,000 hours into Final Fantasy 14. And I've got more than like 1,200 videos about the game as well. But everything I do online is not just Final Fantasy. And I want to give a shout out to my friends on Twitch, whether they're viewers or other streamers and so on. You know who you all are. If you're streamers, I frequent your streams all the time. If you're viewers, I see you like all the time, the live stream. You know, thank you for this. Now, the thing is, though, as well, guys, I'm not going to go on to this whole, you know, teary-eyed thing of, oh my god, you changed my life or anything like that. I'm a bit, I guess, more serious than that. It's just a case of simply, if you weren't there for me in the time when I needed you, then I would have been screwed in every single way you can imagine. So, and, well, every single good way that's not good, basically. And, like, I can't thank you enough for that. Now, the thing is as well, like I say, I know how easy my life is. I know how easy my life is. You know, I really am 100% aware that my life could be a billion times worse. Like, touch wood, you know, I don't have any health problems. I don't have anything which is stopping me living the life I want to live. I don't have any disabilities, thank God, you know, and I'm not going to complain about a little bit of blurry vision. That's like least of my worries. And, you know, what brings me great pride these days is being able to help other people all over the world. Like, while I've been doing this for the last 4 years or so, I have met thousands of you guys. You know, I really appreciate meeting you all and getting to know you. But what I enjoy the most is when people come to me with their personal issues and I can help them find a solution. Or I can at least be someone who can listen. You know, I love listening to people's life situations because, you know, we're in this together, guys. You know what I mean? It's like, we are all here together. We all face the same problems. And that's what I've seen as well, basically, from my time, is that we basically all have the same problems. Like, and at least in my situation living here, at least I did grow to appreciate what life is like when you have no money to eat, or you know, you're worried about, can you pay rent or can you whatever. So I have been at least one time in that situation in my life. And thankfully now I'm starting a much better job with a 30% pay rise. Now, I want to share with you guys this, not for the sake of showing off, but I'm hoping for the benefit of your lives, because I want to just share some experience with you. Now, of course, I know that a lot of my viewers are a lot older than me, but I share this anyway because for my younger viewers, but also just you know, food for thought, as they say. So when I started working in my first job about 10 years ago, just fresh out of university, it took me about a year to find a job after leaving university, but found it, and you know, I did good work there. I was working in a college, and I'm obviously not going to say names, but I implemented a system there which was effectively like a Facebook for studies. So students became obsessed with this idea of green, because what I would do on the profile is that everything was RAG rated, red, amber, green, which for things like attendance, exam schedules, any positive comments, any negative comments from the teachers, how are they done in their tests, and how have they been claiming their EMA. In the UK, EMA is just kind of like a weekly allowance for attending college that you can apply for if you have financial difficulty, and so on and so on and so on. So and what I also did is I linked that in with many other systems in the college. So for example, simple system, you swipe in and out of the building, okay? And it's got a timestamp of when you swiped in. But what was really interesting about developing this tool was that I was able to link the data together. So for example, if a student has swiped into the building, say half an hour late, but the teacher has marked them in on time to the lesson, then we could obviously see that there was a problem there. So, but in a good way, it's like, because we wanted to make sure that the students were getting to class on time and so on. And also as well, I created useful reports for different departments. So I created a report for reception, which basically said all the students who were late or absent from their first lesson of the day, with all their phone numbers, like automatically on the report. So what that would allow reception to do is call them to say, where are you? Why are you not in school? And so on. So that job filled me with a lot of pride. You know, it really did. I felt like I was doing a good thing for mankind. I was helping with the education of kids. I wasn't a teacher, I was just a, you know, developer. But you can see that the work I was doing was having an impact on people's lives, but I feel in a positive way. And the problem was that while I was filled with pride and I was very proud of the work I did, I was on a quite low salary. So I was on £24,000 a year, and which is fine as a graduate salary. I started my first job ever, why not? But with all the work I did, I was there for 4 years. Then it got to a point where I just had to say to the management, can I get a pay rise? Can I get promotion? Can I get something as a reward for developing this tool? And short answer, no. Because when you are in, I don't know how it is in your guys' countries, but in the UK, it's just, I feel like it's a general thing. When you're in a permanent job, the employer determines what your job is worth. So to the college, my job was worth, say, 24 to 26,000 a year, and that's it. So they were not prepared to pay more. So after the 4 years there, I left the college and I did 2 years of contracting. And when I was doing contracting, I was doing it still within the education sector. And it was great for a while, like because I was earning $1,500 a week. You know, I was on some astronomical day rate, at least astronomical for me. And I was over the moon. Now, but the problem is, I did that for 2 years. Like, it's great when you're receiving money, when you're actually in the contract. It's not so great when you finish the contract and you spend months looking for the next one. So it was very unstable. It's very sort of, you know, it's a very brutal industry, contracting, because they might need you to start tomorrow or whatever. You have to travel a lot, but also as well, quite often, even if the employer wants you, they might be blocked because of budget reasons. They might not be able to, they can dream about you, but they can't afford you. So last minute, they cancel the contract or whatever. So it's a very brutal industry. Then I decided, for my own sake, my own development and future, because this was about, let me see, how many years ago now? This was like, I guess 4 years ago. I decided to get back into permanent work. I thought, why not? You know, let's try and be stable. Maybe one day I'll get married. Still waiting. What can you do? And like, I got back into permanent work. Now the problem was the job before this one was ridiculous. I've never seen staff turnover worse in any company I've ever been to since. So I was only there for 5 months, but in that 5 months I saw more than 20 people quit and start in the job. 20 for a company that had about 150 staff roughly. So that sort of staff turnover was insane. But the reason why it ended up being that way is because the company would just lie about the job you were doing. So I had to do a 3-stage interview to get that job. So I did a phone interview, I did one face-to-face, and then I did a final face-to-face interview where I had to demonstrate a project that I had worked on. And so I demonstrated what I had created for the college as a way of, this is what I've developed, and so on and so on. But then they just threw me into a team which was basically running scripts all day. Now, as a developer, you want to develop code, you want to create something, you want it to see it grow into something and so on. When it comes to running scripts, you literally just hit play and wait for it to finish. That's what running scripts means. So, and they would optimize their tasks by saying that, for example, the tasks that will take the longest, launch those first thing in the morning, because some tasks might take 6-7 hours to process, and then work on the little tasks in between, and then at the end of the day, pick up the ones that were running from the start. And within a month, I was already committed to leaving. 1 month, I was ready to leave. But the problem is that I can't just leave work. I don't have savings. I don't have money. You know, I've never had money. Like, the only time I had money was when I worked 4 years in the college, but I used it all to pay off my student loan. So all of that money went towards that. And basically, I was determined to leave. Now, the thing was, after 5 months, or during my 5th month, I should say, I was disappearing for hours at a time to call around for other jobs. So I was on the phone, I was talking to recruiters, I did phone interviews, I did a couple of face-to-faces and all the rest of it. But obviously the employer noticed that I was missing from my desk for hours at a time. So before quitting, because I would have quit anyway before the 6 months probation was up, I got fired. And I didn't even feel bad about it, to be honest, because I even said to their face, I said, look, you're a terrible company, and, you know, the way you lied about the job, I'm not doing the job you advertised, and, you know, I'm glad I'm leaving. I've not been happy here for a long time. So they said, okay, well, we're right to fire you then. I said, no, you're not right to fire me. I would have left anyway. Simple as that. Because the thing was as well, I am a very person filled with pride. Prideful person, whatever words you want to use for it. So there was one time, let me give you an example of how I was treated in that company. There was one time when I was running one of the scripts, okay? And the way it worked is we would have a spec given to us, okay? And on that spec, it would say, okay, this is what you would expect to see before you run the script, and this is what you would expect to see after the script is finished. And this particular spec, it would expect 3 output files. Simple enough, right? But of course, if one of the output files returns 0 rows or is blank, it won't produce. So there was one time the manager at the time, she sat down next to me and she said, okay, look, open up the spec. I was like, okay. And she said, look, how many output files is expected from this script? And I said, 3. It's written right there. And she said, how many output files did you produce? I said, 2. And before I could say, because one of them was blank, which is a simple explanation, she started going on a rampage. She started basically saying to me things effectively along the lines of, like, can you read? Are you retarded? Are you stupid? You know, why have you produced 2 files when it clearly says 3? And I literally nearly lost my mind. You know, I was just like, you do not pay me enough money to talk to me that way. And even if you paid me £1,000,000 a year, you shouldn't have talked to me that way anyway. So I was so angry, you know, and I was 100% determined to leave, you know. I was just like, come on, you know. It's like, because this is what I wanted to share this experience with you, because no title, no contract, no anything gives anyone authority to treat you that way at all, ever. It's like, you know, it's just ridiculous to think that because they're paying my salary, they can talk to me that way. And the salary wasn't even that high. I want you to understand that as well. So the salary for that job, the previous job, was $32,000 a year. So it's a good increase from the $24,000 from the college, sure. But it wasn't that much, because there are graduates in this country that earn more than $32,000. Now, especially in London as well, come on. Now, the thing is, I then left that job, and I was out of work for a good 3-4 months until I found the current job that I've now been at for like something like 2.5 years. Now, the current job, I was paid $40,000 a year. So you can see I've gone from 24 to 32 to 40. So every time I get good increases. But the problem is with the current job is that I was treated also badly in the job. Nowhere near as badly as the previous job. I want you to understand that. But it was bad because it went on for a long, long time. At least with the previous job, I was only there for 5 months. This job, I've been there for more than 2 years. So what it effectively was is that there was a member on my team. I obviously, for legal reasons, I won't say names or anything. There was a member on my team who treated me like absolute dog shit. There's no other word for it. And he felt he was in a position of authority and able to do that to me. That simply, he outranked me, therefore he can talk to me, treat me like shit. He can make up lies about me, and because he's older and in a senior position, the management will believe him and they won't believe me, and so on and so on and so on and so on. And the entire time I stood my ground. You know, I said, a very proud person, I said, look, you know, piss off with your lies, piss off with your everything. And the thing was, I followed everything I should have done. You know, so they say there are ways to deal with this thing, you know, in company terms. You're supposed to initially try and sort things out informally. Then if it doesn't work, go to formal stages. If that doesn't work, process higher. Keep going higher and higher in the management until it gets fixed. Now, the problem was, I went to him directly, informal, didn't work. I went to my manager, didn't work. I went to his manager, didn't work. I went to a director of the company, didn't work. As in, they were under this impression that the way this guy was behaving was fine. And I was like, it's not fine. I'm not debating this with you. People do not talk to me this way. Ever. I don't care if they're my own parents, for goodness sake. And again, I want to share this with you because I'm not here to, like, you know, be the angry person online ranting. I want to just say to you that simply, even if everyone in the world talks against you, believe in yourself. Believe. You know, have your own self-respect, have your own pride. Even if every single person, they outrank you, they whatever. As long as you're doing your job, you stand your ground, you believe in yourself, it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks, you know. And I know, I already learned that a while ago, and it's just like, it baffled me that these people thought that they could get away with it. And again, on this term of, they're paying my salary, therefore I should take crap from them. And I was just like, no, you know, because the way I look at it, the way I've always looked at jobs is simply, they need my skills. You know, they've employed me to do a job because they can't do it themselves. Therefore, respect has to be shown. You know, they're giving me money to do a job. You know, they need me. So I do not let people push me around in that regard, simply as that. I recognize that I have the skills, I have the whatever to do the job that they can't do themselves without me. And I also beat like 10 people to get the position to begin with, you know, in the interview process. I wasn't the only person that applied for the job. I think they said on average in London, for every single job you apply for, there's at least 7 other people you're competing against. That's the average. So, yeah. Now, the good news is, the job I'm starting next week, it pays 53,000 a year. Now, I am very, very happy. That's a good increase from 40 to 53. And I also have friends in the industry who said, if I can pick up certain additional skills to go with the skills I already have, then within the next 3 to 5 years, that salary should double. And I'll get to 6 figures, at which point I don't have to worry about money anymore. Because what do I need? Like, my expenses, like, I need a place to stay, fine. You know, I'm paying rent at the moment, whoop-de-doo. If I'm making that sort of money, even 53,000, I can save a deposit for a house, and the money that I would be paying in rent, I pay on a mortgage. So it's not a big deal anymore. And what else do I pay for? I pay for my internet connection, I pay for PC and upgrades and so on. But thanks to you guys, all of that money is actually coming from Twitch and YouTube and donations and so on. So all of that's eliminated. So in terms of, like, my job just pays for food and rent, you know what I mean? So like, it wasn't easy. I want you to understand, it wasn't easy, but I never ever, through all this process, ever stopped believing in myself. And I feel like that is what has helped me get to the position I'm in today. And I want to pass that message on, that even if the entire world talks against you, every single person fills you with doubt. It could be co-workers, it could be family members, it could be your best friend, it could be anyone, it could be partners, wives, husbands, whoever. As long as you believe in yourself and you do what you feel is right, that is all that matters. That's it. Stick to what you want to do, believe in yourself, good things will happen. And thankfully I can say in this situation that that is what did happen. You know, whether it's job or YouTube or Twitch or anything you do, simple advice, ignore the haters. Simple as that. There's haters in everything you do. Everything. And, like, generally, now that this is all behind me now, I'm obviously very happy because now today is technically my last day of this current job, so finally let it go. You know, I can just move on with my life and just see what the new job is like. And, you know, with the new job, I will work as hard as I can. It's a good salary for someone my age. I'm 32 years old to be on 53,000 a year. And I still have YouTube and Twitch and so on making me some extra money on the side as well. So, well, not really extra money because, you know, I'm spending everything on the channel, but still, you know, and, yeah, so, like, just what, like, you guys share with me, I like to share with you, and I just wanted to give you an update as to why I've not been around much the last month, and what I'm hoping to do for the future. So, in summary, basically, I'm moving to a new job next week. When I'm in the routine, when I know how much free time I have because I will be, you know, taking a train up to London, which I didn't have to do for the current job, then I will get back in the routine of doing live streams again and also publishing videos on YouTube. I am going to slowly catch up the videos that I've already uploaded, so that 160 videos. Now, the thing is, the reason why the videos will still be good to upload is because they are story videos. So, like, class quests, you know, main story of Heavensward, videos like that, which I feel are timeless because people start the game all the time. So there's always reasons for people to refer to the videos. And thank you guys for believing in me. That I'm happy that 14 didn't change in a way that I didn't have to recreate my crafting videos. So even the oldest crafting videos from like 3-4 years ago still work. They're still relevant. People ask me that all the time. Do they still work? Yes, they do. And you know, we're waiting now for 4.1 to come out so we can see the new housing area and so on, and we'll see hopefully if we get any more main story. The Stormblood story was amazing, and my personal opinion, quote me on it, I think Stormblood is way better than Heavensward by far already. So Square Enix, good job, well done. And in terms of Destiny 2, in case you guys are wondering, I played Destiny 1. I played through it. I've got the... I picked up maybe a few weeks ago the Destiny collection, which is the original Destiny and all the DLC. And I got as far to just starting Rise of Iron. So I finished the Taken King and everything before it, but I didn't do Rise of Iron. But I can say already is that Destiny 2 is better. By far. It's way more entertaining. Graphics are great. Music is great and so on. And we haven't even seen raids or anything yet. So... if you're interested, check out Destiny 2. And I will be streaming kind of both, so Final Fantasy and Destiny 2, and then any big releases that come out in between. So like in October next month, I'm going to be hopefully playing Mario Odyssey. Now in terms of the channel itself, like if you look at my Twitch channel, I've added something to Twitch now called extensions. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but let me just quickly load up Twitch and show you how it works. It's a brand new feature on Twitch, which is great. It really makes me excited for the possibilities that it holds. So let me just load up my desktop. Oop, sorry, that's a black screen. Yay. Okay, boom, boom, no. Yeah, sorry, that was the right screen. There I am. So, okay, fine, let's ignore the camera. It's obviously I need to fix the sizing. Now, oh, I'm doing a vodcast at the moment, lol. Anyway, so these are the extensions. So what they are interactive elements that you can put onto a Twitch profile. So the two I've enabled so far are, this is the cheerleaders, people who cheer the most. And I want to give a shout out to Joshua and Hot Soup, because both of them have given me more than $250 in bits each. That's what the red symbol means, so thank you guys for that. And then you can also break it down by month, by week, by the session. Obviously the session is irrelevant. And what I've also added here is another extension for gear on Amazon. So what this is what I filled it with is all of my setup for my streaming, for my everything. So all of the components on my computer, the consoles and capture card, microphone, everything. So if you are interested in any of it, you can click buy and I will earn a commission from the purchase. Now there's some things I haven't got yet, like for example the Xbox One X. I haven't got that yet because obviously no one has, because it's on pre-order, but I have pre-ordered it. And also the graphics card that I want to get. I want to get the 1080 Ti at some point. I just didn't want to link the old card because I saw there was no point. And other than that, guys, you know, I still love what I do. It's just I want to make sure I have peace of mind when I'm doing it. I want to make sure that I can bring fun and happiness to you guys, you know, when I'm doing the stream. I don't want to just, because I am guilty of doing rant streams in the past where I'm just in a bad mood. And I'm letting out all this negative energy, and I know that you guys, I don't feel good doing it, and I don't think anyone appreciates me doing it either. So that's why when I'm not in the right state of mind, I try just avoid streaming. But I feel that thankfully to you guys, you know, you are very understanding of my needs, you know, so thank you very much. And also as well, one last thing before I go. I've now set up a team on Twitch called the Mythical Knights. You know, I was going to call it Mithrie something, but I was given good advice from you guys and from Mr. Happy, love you Mike, saying to me that I shouldn't include the name Mithrie in the title because it might feel like I possess the other streamers, which was not my intention. So I called it Mythical Knights just because it was available and it rhymes with Mithrie, that's all. You know, the team like it. And what the team is for on Twitch is to help people become streamers. So if you're interested in becoming a streamer, then consider joining the Mythical Knights over on Twitch, and we will help you get set up. We will check your settings, we will check everything, make sure that everything is good, and that you're good to go, and help you achieve initially Twitch affiliate and so on. Like one of the members, Little Jimmy D, he's already received affiliate. Risty, I believe, has received the paperwork so he can get his affiliate. So 2 members on my team and also 2 of my mods, they've all already achieved affiliate, and they're just finding a new, you know, great hobby of streaming. And I know streaming is not for everyone. I get it. I understand. But if you want to do it, if you're interested in doing it, I'm here to help. I love helping people to establish their could potentially be really fun hobbies or even their future job or dream. So why not? I'm here to share, guys. I will not ever keep these things to myself. I've already spent all of this video talking about my job history and so on and my work ethic. And also, you know, you guys know full well how I approach live streaming and gaming as well. I've always been open from the start and I always will be. So anyway, guys, that's it for this video. If you liked it, remember to like, favorite, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next live stream. You know, already 4 years. You know, let's just enjoy our 5th year on YouTube. So thank you very much, guys, and as always, goodbye from me, and goodbye from Mithrie. Bye, guys.